You and me, WrestleMania, one more time.
Did you know one match in WWE history was so good, even the company's biggest legends couldn't stop talking about it? A match so intense, two men in their mid-40s risked their bodies, their pride, and one of them his entire career. This is the true story of Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, and the night that ended a legend's career forever. One man never lost at WrestleMania. Not once. Not in 18 years. The other man was willing to bet his entire career just to be the one who finally beat him. And when it was over, the loser walked away from wrestling forever. This is the story of two legends. One impossible match, and the night a legacy ended in front of the entire world. Here's what really happened. There are rivalries in wrestling. And then there's this one. A story that took 13 years, 3 matches, and 1 career to finish telling itself. This is the story of the streak and the showstopper. To understand this rivalry, you first have to understand two men who were nothing alike. The Undertaker, a character built on mystery, death, darkness, the supernatural. He rarely spoke. He didn't need to. His presence did the talking. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. Flash, arrogance, charisma dripping off every move. Where Undertaker was silence, Michaels was noise. One man commanded fear, the other commanded attention. And in 1997, WWE decided to put them in the same ring, and it changed wrestling forever. Their feud began with something simple but effective. Michaels questioning what was really inside the Undertaker's urn, mocking a legend that fans had taken seriously for years. It escalated fast, and that October, at a pay-per-view called Bad Blood, WWE debuted a match structure nobody had ever seen before. Steel bars, no referee stoppage, no escape. The first ever Hell in a Cell. Undertaker and Michaels battled inside that cage in a match that instantly became historic, not just for its brutality, but for introducing a stipulation that would go on to define WWE for decades. They fought 3 times that year, and then, nothing. For over a decade, their paths simply didn't cross in a major singles feud again. Both men evolved separately. The Undertaker built the most famous undefeated streak in wrestling history. WrestleMania after WrestleMania, opponent after opponent falling before him. Shawn Michaels became one of the most decorated performers of his generation, battling injuries, retirements, comebacks, and reinventing himself as Mr. WrestleMania. By 2009, both men were legends in the winter of their careers. And fans began asking the same question. What if they met again not as young rivals, but as two icons with nothing left to prove, except to each other? The 5th of April, 2009. 72,744 fans inside Reliant Stadium, Houston, Texas, the home state of both men. The Undertaker's streak stood at 17 wins, 0 losses. What happened next is still debated as one of the greatest matches in wrestling history. Near fall after near fall. Moments where the entire building was certain the streak was about to end. Even Bret Hart, a man not known for handing out compliments later, called it one of the best matches he'd ever seen, and admitted real respect for what both men accomplished that night. In the end, Undertaker caught Michaels mid-air on a moonsault attempt and hit the tombstone piledriver for the win. Streak, 17-0. But something else happened that night too. A legacy match was born. Michaels couldn't let it go. At the Slammy Awards that year, after their match was named Match of the Year, he stood in front of the world and challenged The Undertaker to do it again. Undertaker refused.
My answer is no.
Repeatedly, he didn't need a rematch, he'd already won. So Michaels made it personal. At Elimination Chamber 2010, while Undertaker defended his World Heavyweight Championship, Michaels appeared from underneath the structure and superkicked him directly, costing him the title. Undertaker finally said yes, but only on one condition.
If you defeat me, you end the streak. If I beat you, your career is over.
The 28th of March 2010, WrestleMania 26, Phoenix, Arizona. The stipulation was brutally simple: Undertaker's streak versus Michaels' career. Whoever lost this match would never wrestle again, or the streak would be finished forever. Michaels later said something that captured exactly where he was in life. He told WWE he wouldn't have agreed to it unless he was ready to accept the ending, whatever it turned out to be. From the entrance alone, fans could feel it. This wasn't a match, it was a farewell being performed live, and nobody in the building knew if it would be Michaels saying goodbye to wrestling, or Undertaker saying goodbye to his streak. What followed was two men in their mid-40s throwing away restraint entirely. Michaels hit Undertaker with everything he had, sweet chin music, not once but twice, moments where it looked, genuinely, like the streak might die right there in Phoenix. But Undertaker survived, and in the final sequence he caught Michaels and delivered a second tombstone piledriver. The referee's hand hit 3. Streak, 18-0, and the end of an era. What happened after the bell is what people still remember most. The Undertaker helped Michaels to his feet, shook his hand, showed him a level of respect rarely seen on live television. Then Undertaker walked away deliberately, so that the final moment in that ring belonged entirely to Shawn Michaels. Michaels stood alone under the lights, thanked the crowd, and walked away from the sport that had defined his entire life. He never wrestled again. Today, both men are WWE Hall of Famers. The Undertaker remains one of the company's most respected ambassadors. Shawn Michaels now shapes the next generation of stars behind the scenes. Their 2 WrestleMania matches are still ranked among the greatest of all time. Not because of high spots or theatrics, but because they told a story that felt completely real. 2 men, out of time, refusing to let go of everything they'd built. It started with a mocked urn in 1997. It ended with a handshake in 2010. And in between 13 years, 3 matches, and a legacy neither man could have built alone. The streak, the showstopper. Some rivalries end with a winner and a loser. This one ended with respect. Tell us which feud backstory you want to hear. Don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling stories.